Welcome back. Our lesson today in our Michigan adventure is Chapter 2, Lesson 5, Gifts from the Tribes. If we remember from last week, we learned about the particular jobs that men did to help the tribe and also what women did to help the tribe, and they were very different. Today we're going to learn about what inventions and what did the tribes bring to the Michigan people. Some of these things we still use today. Let's begin. Chapter 2, Lesson 5, Gifts from the Tribes. Do the tribes of long ago touch our lives today? Yes, they do. They left us with many things we use even now. First subheading, Storytelling. The Michigan tribes left us many interesting stories from long ago. For hundreds of years, Native American storytellers spoke of Hiawatha. They told about him in their legends as they sat around blazing campfires. Remember, boys and girls, there were no books, there was no written word. So legends are stories that are passed on from generation to generation. So great-grandmothers told grandmothers, grandmothers told parents, and parents are telling you. Hiawatha was strong, brave, and wise. He had magical powers too. His name means he makes rivers. In some legends, Hiawatha taught how to plant crops. In others, he explained how to heal the sick. Next subheading, Food and Crops. The next time you bite into a warm, buttery ear of corn, think about the Indians. They were the first to grow it. Sometimes Indian corn is called maize. The corn of the tribes had smaller ears and smaller kernels than our corn does today. An Indian food some people still eat is called succotash. Succotash is a mixture of corn and lima beans. There would be no pumpkin pie without the tribes. Corn, pumpkin, squash, and some kinds of beans were first grown by the tribes. Tobacco was first used by Native Americans. Tobacco was new to the French when they came. Top of the page, Inventions. Have you ever been in a canoe paddling down a rushing river? The canoe is a Native American invention. Michigan's first people spent years learning how to make them just right. When the heavy snow fell, the Native Americans invented a way to walk over it. The snowshoe lets people walk on top of the snow. The second invention for the winter is the toboggan. Today, the toboggan is used for having fun, going down snow-covered hills. The Indians also used this invention for work. It let them move their belongings easily over the snow. The tribes used a bow and arrows, but this was invented in other parts of the world too. Where did those names come from? Did you know that Native Americans gave us the name for our state? The word Michigan comes from the word Michi and Gamma. They mean Great Lake or Big Water. The names of many other places in Michigan also come from Indian words. Mackinac Island is one. Mackinac is taken from a longer word meaning great turtle. The Native Americans believe the island looks like a giant turtle swimming across the water. Mackinac Island is between our two peninsulas, as we'll see on the map in the following page. Let's turn the page. The area of water dividing the peninsulas is called Mackinac II. Actually, it is the Straits of Mackinac. A strait means a narrow area of water. Look at the map at the top. See where the arrow's pointing where it says Straits of Mackinac, and see how close the land is almost touching? That is where the strait is. You can see this is where Lake Michigan and Lake Huron join. Several Michigan cities have Native American names. Here are some examples: Kalamazoo, Menominee, Muskegon, Pontiac, Saginaw. Kalamazoo means boiling water. The tribes named it after rushing water in the nearby river. Menominee is the name of the tribe from the Upper Peninsula. It means rice gatherers. Muskegon comes from the word for marsh. The city of Pontiac is named for a chief. Saginaw is named for a Sioux tribe. Our state would not be what it is today without the Native American tribes. Visitors from far away. For thousands of years, the Native Americans lived by themselves. They hunted and fished and made everything they needed. Then, about 350 years ago, the first people from Europe made their way to Michigan. These people came across the Atlantic Ocean in sailing ships. They came from countries like Britain and France. They kept moving west until some of them reached Michigan. What a surprise for the tribes to see these people who were very different. Because of the French traders, as we learned before in the previous lessons, there were great changes for the tribe. The tribes traded for more and more things. As trading grew, so did the number of French people living here. Life for the tribes would never be the same again. They became less self-sufficient. Remember, that means that they didn't need anything from anyone else. They could do everything by themselves. So now that they're trading with the French for guns and pots and blankets, they're becoming more and more dependent on other people. The tribes became involved in wars between the Europeans because people from Europe wanted their land. That's it for today. Go ahead and start your exit ticket.